All right, 7th grade, here is the rest of the review and a hint about number 4. Entrance hall to the Louvre in Paris, metal and glass pyramid with a lateral area of approximately 1,980 square meters. The base is a square. All right, the base is a square. 35.4 meters on each side. And what is the slant height? So I don't know what the slant height is. Okay, now they tell us the lateral area is 1980, but not the total area, which is okay. Because I know the lateral area is 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. That's just the lateral area without the area of the base. So that's 1980 equals 1/2 perimeter times the slant height. Okay, the perimeter, well, let's see. If each side is 35.4, that's 70.8 for two sides. So 70.8 times 2, 141.6, I think. 141.6 would be the perimeter times 1/2 times the slant height. So I think what I have to do is times, this is times, that's times. So I have to take my 1980, right here. First thing I want to do is I'm going to do 1980 times 2. That gets rid of this, right? Because if I have divided by half,
Are you ready for us?
if I divide it, or if I multiply it by 2, that gets rid of the divided by half. So I have 3960 equals 141.6 times the slant height. Now I divide by 141.6, and I get an answer of 27.96. So almost pretty much 28 should be that slant height. So again, you're going to use this formula, and the first thing I did is I multiplied by 2, and then I took my perimeter, this times 4 since it's a square base, divide each side by that, and you have that. So here's this mailbox. It says what is the surface area of the mailbox? Does not need to be painted on the bottom. So surface area of this. So first, I know that we have the front and the back and both sides. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be 3 times 2.4, 3 times 2.4. That would be the front and the back. Now, the sides, left and right, of just the box, I'm not doing the cylinder yet, be 1.5 times 3, 1.5 times 3. Those are the two sides of the mailbox. Now, we have a half cylinder. And looking at my formula that I like to have pi times 2r squared plus diameter times the height, because I factored out the pi, because the formula is 2 pi r squared and pi dh. So for this, and then I'm going to need to divide that by 2. So my r squared, let's see, the radius, the diameter of that is 2.4. So that would be, let's put a different color here, that would be 1.2, and I have to square that. The diameter, 2.4. The height, I'm pretty sure that height is 1.5, because the height is right there for that cylinder. Oh, and then I guess I didn't notice right there is 1.2. That's the diameter, or sorry, the radius. So if I do all that, I do 2 times 1.2 squared, which should be 1.2 squared times 2. I get, so excuse me, that is 2.88. Now the other one I have 2.4 times 1.5, that's the height times the diameter, that's going to be 3.6. I add those two together, I get 6.48 times pi. I should get 20.35 or 36, which I have to divide by 2. And so I get 10.2. So now that is the surface area of the half cylinder. I add that and this and this and this and this. That'll be the surface area of the mailbox. And I did not include the bottom of the mailbox. Cylindrical water storage tank holds 648 units of water. All the water is pumped equally into 3 congruent cubic coolers. What is the minimum length that each cooler needs to be? Alright, so they're talking about cubic coolers. That means it's going from a cylinder into 3 cubes. So first, if they're going equally into all 3, then I'm going to have 648. I'm going to divide that by 3. So each one needs to be 216. Now, if I remember correctly, if it's cubic, that means x, the volume will be x, x, and x. And so I wonder what the cube root is of that. That would be 1.81. Or 1.82 even. 1.82 cubic units, or units cubed. So I think I just took this. I just took the cube root of that to get that. I wonder if that's correct. Let me check it out. Well, I did it right, but I don't know what I did. I pushed the wrong button. Let's try that again. I divided this by 3 to get the 3 cubes. Here are my 3 beautiful cubes. There's one and there's another one. There we go. And I got 216, but I didn't do it right. I didn't hit the right button. Because now, if I take that cube of 216, I get 6. That is your answer for that one. Alright, for number 4, because, ugh, this is just terrible. It says formula for area of circle. This is number 4 on the test, by the way, which is extra credit. Formula for the area of a circle, A, in terms of its circumference, C. What they want is they want you to have an A, your area, and they want to have a C over here. And so, with your other stuff, so that you can actually have C in the answer, and still have it be the area. Now, I know that area is pi r squared. So we want to end up with a pi r squared, and that's it. And circumference is pi times diameter, right? Okay, so I'm looking at the things that I don't need. So, like, I don't need, if this up here, if I have a pi and a diameter, I already have pi, so I'm good with that. I still need to get the r squared. I have the diameter, but I think I have to actually have it divided by 2 part. Because if I take the divided by 2 part, I'll have pi times diameter, but I'll divide by 2, which is dividing the diameter by 2. So then I have pi times r, right? Hope you see what I'm saying there. That's a pi times an r, because I'm dividing that by 2. But then I need to multiply by still radius to get the radius squared. So, I'm thinking, if it lets me just, won't let me get rid of just that. I'm thinking, since this is the pi times the diameter, alright? So that is the pi times the diameter. I've divided it by 2. The only thing I need to do is multiply times r. And that should give me the area in terms of the circumference, because I have A equals circumference times the radius divided by 2. Because when I think of this here as pi times the diameter, and then I divide by 2, it should all work out really well. Use an example, see if it works. So I kind of did that one for you, but that's just terrible. So there you go. Have fun on the test.